heading into question time, and so I've got some questions for you, Peter. And my first one is, and this is another put you on the spot a little bit one, and it's not a long answer, but sometimes when people come in to see you or you talk to someone and they're heading into a crisis, you say, don't make any big decisions right now. You're going through a difficult time, it might not be wise to do. And then there are also, though, the fact that in a difficult time, you're going to need to act. You can't just get stuck. How would you kind of resolve those two things? That you can't let yourself get stuck, and yet you need to be careful about making big decisions.
Yeah, I think that I really believe that that's a time we need support and people coming alongside us that really know what they're talking about. And I don't mean clinically only, but I mean about life. I've been through a lot, so I know the times to really get on it and move quickly and innovate, and other times then the emotions are really heated. Today we see a lot of people that are very fear-driven and making decisions that aren't good ones, and yet they are so afraid to not make the decision that instead of being really solid and thinking it through and understanding the implications of what they're doing, the fear is driving them. They're living with they're terrified that they're making decisions out of that. And I've seen that too many times lately. And I look at it and go, they're so fear-driven, and these aren't the right decisions right now for them. I can see it, but yet, who's going to stop them? There are the other times, and I've done this with our teams and at the Institute, and that is, when this crisis hit, and we saw what it was going to do financially, because I've had so much business background, I knew to jump on things and take the opportunities, and not to wait around. And this wasn't some time to reflect, it was some time to move and strike quickly. We were right. And today we had a meeting, and there were certain things that came up in business that I couldn't have anticipated, and usually I'm on top of it, and I missed some opportunities. We hope we can make them up. But when I look back on those and go, geez, we should have done the whole thing. And they said we could, and they changed the whole scenario, the government and whatever. And I remember, now how could I have known that? So it's not perfect. We're not talking about being perfect. We're just talking about having that intuitive feel of when to move quickly and when to not do anything. Just sit tight and don't let your emotions be the thing that drive you. And a lot of times I've heard people say this, and I know they're not right. They say, well, intuitively, I can trust my intuition, and yet I'm watching it going, their intuition is so contaminated right now with emotions and reading things the wrong way. And they think that that's their intuitive ability, and it really isn't. In fact, that's a time when they should stop and sort those things out, because they're not on the right track, and their egos are getting carried away, and all of a sudden they're the intuitive wonders. And you watch it and go, if that's their intuition, they're in trouble, because it's contaminated by all kinds of other things. They're not even reading the situation carefully and right. So we do see that, and we know when folks do that, they're going to make mistakes, and it's going to be painful. And they've gotten their egos, and they're just on the wrong track. So I know that can happen, yeah.